were mirrored orange as well. That has to be a first I've not seen before.
Swooping now, quite low, a great opportunity for photos. Banking up into the skies, listen to that roar.
So what you can see in here is the North American Rockwell OV-10 Bronco. It's an American turboprop light attack and observation aircraft. It was developed in the 1960s as a special aircraft for counterinsurgency combat, and one of its primary missions was as a forward air-controlled aircraft. It can carry up to 3 tons of external munitions, internal loads such as paratroopers or stretchers, and it can loiter for 3 or more hours. This aircraft is around 47 years old. It's been with the team since 2010 when they created the Bronco demo team, and it's run by a group of 20 individuals ranging between pilots, ground crew and cheerleaders who make their way around shows doing the promotions. The aircraft was originally designed for the Vietnam War, and this particular aircraft is based with the Bronco demo team over in Belgium at their base Wilverhouw in Kortrijk, which is basically Flanders Fields. So the aircraft itself is actually in German markings, and the reason for that is that the Kortrijk air base was started by the Germans in World War I as a fighter base. And so these German markers are homage to that, alongside the poppies that you see on the aircraft. If you've got a camera with a long lens, you'll see poppies decorated on the tail fins and on the weaponry below. And on the direction of the pier towards the beach, very low. This is a dirty pass with the wheels down as if he's coming in for a landing. It's flying slowly along the wind farm there. Get a really lovely view of this very interesting silhouette of the aircraft with its 2 tail fins and the bright orange markings.
And just while we watch the Bronco in the skies, the Tigers are setting a green flare that has been lit this afternoon. We had blue flares yesterday for the Tigers to look out for, but it's a green flare that is bellowing out on the beach in front of the BBC Essex commentary point. And that is indeed our goodbye, isn't it, to Tony?
Bye, Tony. Thank you. What a lovely display from the Bronco demo team. Should we give them a round of applause?
I think so. Come on, Clacton, let's thank the Bronco team.
All the way from Flanders Fields from Belgium.
Radio Air Show from BBC Essex. The sun has dipped behind one of the clouds above us just at the moment. Perhaps not a bad thing, as it has been out pretty strong for the past few hours. The promenade, the greensward, the beach still absolutely packed here for Clacton Air Show Day 2.
This is BBC Essex.
I can remember to this day standing up to recite my times tables, stumbling over my words.
Today we must say hi to Richard Parrott, Polly. We met Richard on BBC Essex earlier today. We had a good chat with him, really because we never get to hear from the pilot. We hear from the Tigers when they reach us on the ground, but it was nice to meet the pilot who is flying that aircraft for us this afternoon. On the beach, waiting for their arrival, is our very own BBC Essex presenter, Steve Scruton.
Thanks, Ian. Yes, welcome again to Green Beach, and I have with me Captain Ian Wicks, I should say, from the Tigers Army Parachute Display Team. Ian, you've got to tell us, first of all, are they going to be landing in the water or on the beach?
So they're going to be landing in the water today, and it's a deep water landing. So if you look out, you'll see the boats getting prepared and getting ready for the guys to jump out. And we've got a bit of a competition today, so we're going to try and hit the orange buoy.
Now, this is something that you did yesterday rather successfully, all bar one guy who missed it by miles. Well, not miles, but he missed it by quite a few yards or metres, didn't he?
He did, yeah. We like to run a competition each year, and just so the crowd are aware, the buoy is actually marking the DZ. It's not for the guys to actually hit, but we like to make it interesting. So like I say, we turn it into a competition.
Well, you will see that this afternoon. If they are as good today as they were yesterday, you will see them actually hit the buoy. As Ian said, they're not really supposed to do that, but they like to show off, quite frankly. Now, tell us the point of these smoke canisters that you're setting off here. What's that all about?
Yeah, so what that does is, as the aircraft's approaching now, he's going to climb, and we're hoping to 2,000 feet where he'll do the Winnie run, which will represent a parachutist exiting the aircraft. This gives him a good indication of the winds and what the winds are doing. But to assist him on the ground, because we can have the winds doing a different thing in the air to what they're doing on the ground, so we'll just pop the smoke so they can have a visual and see the winds when they come into land.
Now, for the benefit of those viewing all the way along Clacton Seafront, and for those of you listening at home or away from the dropping zone, the aircraft is directly above us now in the centre of the greensward towards Martello Tower, between the pier and the Martello Tower. It's about midway point now, so if you look skyward, that's the plane you can see directly above us.
I reckon 3.
You're going for 3, Ian? 3, that's confidence.
Okay, if we look up now, then what you'll see is the smoke from the aircraft. That's the guy on the outside of the aircraft. And what's really good about today's, ladies and gentlemen, if you look up, you see the white cloud, and you'll see the guys exiting the aircraft, little black dots, approximately 5,000 feet. Free fall group reach speeds of up to 120 miles an hour, and then pull the parachute at approximately 3,000 feet.
So let's have a cheer as each one comes out.
Yep, so I reckon in about 3 seconds, first one will be out the door. 1, 2, 3, there we go. There's the free fall group out the aircraft. Reach the speeds of up to 120 miles an hour. Once they pull their parachutes, ladies and gentlemen, they can actually hear you. So when you see the parachutes, let's give them a big round of applause, a big cheer, and then we'll see the flight.
There's 3 of them out.
There you go, there's the free fall group still going. Group there. Free fall group coming down, as you can see, they now have flags, and they'll start making their way to the intended land area out in the water there.
This is an amazing sight. We've got some blue-green smoke coming out from the one on the right-hand side. Is he going to be the first one down?
I reckon the first one down is the blue canopy. That'll be down first, and as you see, he's coming around now. And there goes the flag.
He's showing off a bit, isn't he?
He is, yeah. They do like to show off. They're going to go for the intended landing area, which is the buoy.
Swaying from left to right, quite violently, actually.
Yeah, they're sports parachutes. They're designed to do that. So in. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. There we go.
Oh, very nearly touched it. Right on it there. Number 2's coming in with a flag. What's the flag flying there?
That is the Army Be the Best flag.
And he's approaching the yellow buoy now. He's about, oh, he's not going to make it. He's not going to make it.
No, well, what he did though, he cut away his parachute there, which is the drill we use in the water, so when he actually lands, the parachute is above him.
So he's actually letting the parachute go before he hits the water, yeah?
That's correct, yeah.
So he's free falling for the final bit into what? Is this going to happen again?
Here we go. He'll flare and should cut away. And there we go. There you go. He's cut away his parachute. And as you can see, the parachute's then blown off.
That's fantastic. That's quite daring to do.
It is actually, and it does actually hurt when you land in the water, believe it or not.
I imagine it does.
So if we look up now, what you can see is the crew group. These are the guys that stack their canopies together on top. So as you can see, the crew group there, the top canopy is actually flying the other 2 canopies.
So 2 of them are tied together there.
Yep, so he'll have his legs inside the lower canopy, and he'll be actually piloting the 2 stack. The guy underneath at the bottom is redundant at this point, and he's just literally hanging.
It's an amazing sight. So 2 together, 1 way above. The final 3 Tigers on their way down, and again they're taking their time. They're milking this.
Yeah, the winds are quite strong up there today, so they can stand up there for a good period of time. So it's good for the public.
Are you enjoying it, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen? They really are doing well, and we've got the Union flag right at the top there.
Yep, there we go. That'll be Corporal Frank Millerick, the jump master for today and the team leader.
The double stack are virtually just hanging in the air now. They don't seem to be descending.
Yeah, they'll be coming down slowly, but facing into wind, and like I say, that slows us down on the same principles as an aircraft.
Which has allowed the Union flag to virtually catch up, so they're now virtually in a line.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Blue smoke now coming from the Union flag. Do you know who that is dropping there with the flag?
Yep, so that'll be called Frank Millerick, and what will be interesting today will be the pilot on the 2 stack, who is called Chris Smith, and I wonder if he's going to land both people onto the buoy.
Both of them together?
Maybe.
I think you know something we don't know. they're getting quite close now. They're, what would you say, how high would you say they are now?
So they're probably about 800 feet now.
Still 800 feet to go, and they're still milking it. They are really hanging up there. Give them a wave, I'm sure they can see you. Come on. I'm sure they'd hear us if we cheered loud enough. They are fantastic. Look, I thought they were going to hit each other then.
Yeah, depth perception. So here we go then, let's see how close they're going to get to the buoy.
We're looking for the two guys to actually land virtually on top of the buoy.
I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think they've got enough wind, have they?
No, the winds have picked up quite strong. Okay, there we go, ladies and gentlemen, that's the guys in the water. That's the Tigers Army Parachute Display Team. It's been an absolute pleasure the last 2 days. I hope you have a great day, and hopefully we'll see you again next year. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Captain Ian Wicks and the Tigers. Now what's happening now is that the crew out there, the beach patrollers on their jet skis and their ribs are going to pick the guys up. They're going to bring them into the beach and they'll be taking the salute.
That's correct. I did tell them to pick the kit up first. That's the most important thing I need, is the kit back. And then the troops can get aboard the boats and then be brought back in. But I want the kit back first.
Has anybody ever forgotten the kit?
I wouldn't like to say.
It wasn't you by any chance?
Definitely not.
Oh, right, okay, he's not going to own up to that. He's definitely going to own up to that. So while the guys come in, let's go back to you for a moment, Ian.
Wow, that looked absolutely stunning, and especially the first three doing the free fall bit. They were getting closer and closer and closer to the sea before their parachutes shot up and let them drift sedately down into the deep water in front of us, and they're several hundred feet out. So amazing to see the
Scissor Sisters, and I don't feel like dancing. What a fantastic sight in front of us. I'll describe that in a moment. I just want to make an important announcement first. If you
registration B for Bravo, Alpha Lima 10, N for November, N for November, U for uniform. I'm afraid you need to move your car. You're parked in the Hastings Road grass car park, but you are blocking the way. So please move that white Fiat, registration BL10NNU. Move it as soon as you can, please. Now, as we look out onto the beach in front of us here on Radio Air Show from BBC Essex at 3 minutes to 3, a fantastic sight. The rib from the beach patrol and the jet skis, in fact it's 3 rib and 4 rib, 2 jet skis, I can't count, I've been up for so long. They've made their way to the beach, carrying the Tigers with their kit, and they're now heading up to the beach to where Steve Scruton is waiting to meet them.
And you can probably hear the applause behind me as the guys make their way up the beach. They're just tidying up their kits, packing things away. They need to smarten up when they take the salutes. The ribs have all landed, the jet skis have dropped the guys off. They are literally all packing. It looks like they're going on their holidays, doesn't it? Packing their suitcases, the rucksacks and everything. So Chairman of Tendring District Council, Mark Platt, is waiting to take the salute. Mark, we did this yesterday, and it's a great sight. They do this so quickly, don't they?
It's incredible how they managed to, something that's flying through the sky at 200 miles an hour, it seems, is being packed into a little tiny rucksack and hidden away.
And none of them actually lost those parachutes, thankfully, so they won't be in trouble.
No, I hope not.
It's a great sight. Now they are lining up. We have 6 Tigers. I can see 5. The other one's just over there, gathering his parachute on the pier side of the lineup. And they are literally standing in a line just to the right-hand side of Tommy. Don't forget, you can have your photographs as soon as we take the cordon down off the beach, which has been put up for safety reasons. You can come over and take a photograph of Tommy, and Mark will be here for a short while to... Absolutely right. It looks fantastic, actually, just standing on the beach, a lone figure at the moment, nobody there, just standing there on his own with his Tommy gun, wearing his red poppy. It is a wonderful work of art, actually, isn't it?
It's beautiful, absolutely great. It is there but not there. They're the words that
there but not there. And it's life-sized as well. It really is fabulous. Okay, the guys are just putting on their berets.
While they do that,
Go
Steve,
straight.
can I just interrupt to say, look straight ahead of you, above the wind farms, because our next aircraft are arriving. These are the Fireflies, so we'll cut